I could talk all day about probate. One last question, an area that I'm interested in. I'm working more and more on probate advances. Are you involved in that at all? Do you work with a probate advance company? Do you refer them? Is it something you're familiar with at all, where heirs get an advance on their inheritance?
So I have helped someone pay that off, one of my clients. I've never been interested in them because of the interest rates. When I did my research maybe a year and a half ago, and my client wanted to fix their home before selling it, and I said, I will pay for that, which I often do out of pocket, and then get reimbursed at close of escrow. So I'm not too familiar with them. I don't work with them. I think if it's going to, the way that I see it, if it's going to harm the family, I won't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But there are some, but I'm not knowledgeable enough, and I don't use them.
Got it. Well, I'll just share with you, just, I think they're a very powerful tool, like a gun, that can be life-saving or can be dangerously misused. And you have to know how to use it properly. And I think that people should be educated on it. It's expensive money. It's also non-recourse, meaning if they advance on it and they don't get the inheritance, they don't owe the money, which is a big advantage.
Wow.
There's no payments or interest accumulating. So if it gets litigated for 5 years, their interest isn't accumulating in most cases. So there's pluses and minuses to it, but I find that for some people, they get quick, money to hire the right attorney if they need a certain type of attorney, eviction services. There are things that I will advance money for, but I find that they have more ownership and control if they do it themselves. So if I have to be the one, I would, like you said, I've had cases where I've advanced $10,000 on a $25,000 commission. I get it all back and my commission. Right. But if they advance $10,000, I feel like they own the work, they own the process, and I don't have to advance the money, which is, in the long run, but probably better for me business-wise too. So it's not about the money on the probate advance, but I do feel like it's a tool that can work for some people. So just something for those who are listening.
Absolutely. And like you said, as long as for me, it's used in a positive way, which it sounds like what you're doing. I think as many resources as we can provide to people, I think helping and having them decide and have some ownership in what they're getting involved in, I think that's great.
I think the common case I use it for is bad brother has an attorney, has letters. The sister feels that she's going to get taken advantage of. There's a $500,000, $1 million at stake. And so she can advance $10,000, have an attorney, and who's going to be filing probate, but will just kind of ride along and watch their interests for them. And while you might say, well, they could do it themselves, they sleep better at night with the attorney doing it for them. And the attorney I refer that to feels likes the business. So it works out, I think, in that sense for people.